Alright guys, Georgia Boy here, and I'm at the bench today tinkering with some of the bullets that I've been sent lately. I've loaded up a couple of dummy rounds, the 40 Smith & Wesson bullet that Cranky Cleatus sent me, and working on that one, and the 180 grain taco bullets that Uncle Jim sent for the 357. Hadn't got load data or all that worked out for those, but today I am tinkering with these bullets that Cleatus sent me for the 30-30. These are for the Winchester 94 is what I'm going to try them out in first. But this is the 170 grain Hornady interlock bullet, and it works great in my Winchester. And this is the Lee 170 grain bullet, and it would work in the Marlin, but it had chambering issues in the Winchester, and it's just this big fat nose bullet up here, long bore ride, and it goes all the way out to here before it starts to taper, and this one starts tapering at the crimp groove. Gets narrower and narrower. This one goes all the way out before it tapers, and it just had chambering issues. Now a lot of people use the Lee 150 grain bullet, and everybody likes it, and I'll probably end up getting that bullet mold myself for the Winchester, but I like the idea of staying as heavy as I can, and that's where this bullet that Cleatus sent me comes in at 165 grains. It's shorter than the Lee 170, and it also, starting way back here, the bullet takes a taper. I don't know how well you can see that. Let me adjust the camera here a little bit. Right there, it's not a sharp shoulder or nothing, but right there it tapers, much like this one starts tapering back at the crimp groove. This one takes a step down and starts tapering, and it's had no chamber issues in the Winchester or the Marlin. Cleatus has these size at 311.5. I loaded up a dummy round, and they chambered in both guns. So I'm not going to have the issues with this bullet that I did with that one. And so today, to work up a couple dummy rounds, first thing, I pulled the gas check, so when I pulled the bullet I wouldn't get it stuck in the case. I did that, and I worked up a couple dummy rounds with the Lee loader, because I had my 30-30 die set in a turret, and I needed the turret for something else. I didn't have enough, and I didn't want to have to order one and wait, so I just took the dies out and set it up with something else, and I didn't want to get all that back out. So I said, well, I'm only going to load up a few dummies to test these. I'll use the Lee loader. Now with the Lee loader, when you size your brass, you just neck size, and if you're loading a jacketed bullet, it'll sit right in there and you can get it started, seat it, crimp it, no problems. But when you're using a fat cast bullet, you're not going to get it started. You've got to expand the neck, and there's no tool or anything that comes with the kit to do that. Now a few weeks ago I was watching MCK load up some 38 specials with his Lee loader, and he had a little piece of metal with a rounded point that he would put in the case, tap it, and expand the neck. It worked. I don't know exactly what it was, but it worked. A rounded field point for an arrow will work. I have used that. And you can drop that in your kit. Also, if you have the Lee Universal Expanding Die, you can just take it out, give it a couple taps, it'll expand the case. It'll receive the bullet then, see, and when you crimp, it's all folded back up. So a rounded field point for an arrow will work to do that. And also these little 6-point sockets with the shoulder there, with the rounded shoulder. You can find the one that fits your caliber. Of course, this one's too big for the 30-30, but depending on your caliber, find one that will start and slip in there, and as you give it a couple taps, it'll expand your case mount. And you know, these are cheap, and you can just throw that in your kit, take it with you if you're loading in the woods, if you want to leave it at a cabin. I think Measuring Grains has a Lee loader kit and some stuff stashed at his cabin, kind of like backup. Well, if you're going to shoot cast, you need a way to expand the bullets, and these little sockets work, fill points will work, and whatever MCK was using, that works. But these are probably the most common. So anyways, just a tip for the day. Uncle Jim and Cleatus, thank you for the bullets. Looks like they're all gonna work out good. Hope you guys are having a good day.